Today, we shall be dishing out business nuggets to business owners, especially micro, small, and medium enterprise owners. And brand loyalty is the focus on today's edition of the program. Based on research, brand loyalty is high amongst Nigerians, and most Nigerians gravitate towards imported brands and brands that have lasted over time. What then is the hope for micro, small, and medium enterprises, and how can you, as a business owner, build your brand to the point where you have that relationship with your customers and attain brand loyalty? My guest, who is the marketing consultant, Segun Abdulazeez, is now with me, and will be educating us on that. Hello, Mr. Segun. Thank you for joining us on Business Daily this morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. And I think you're the best and perfect person to have this conversation with, especially because of your should I say, your experience in marketing and, working with brands in the past. But let's start off with defining brand loyalty. And like I said, based on research, most Nigerians would, want to go back to brands they have used in the past. What then is the hope for newer brands that are in the market, smaller businesses that have started? Where did these businesses start from?
Okay. Once again, thanks for having me, and thanks for the compliments. So basically, brand loyalty refers to getting the trust and loyalty of your market, of your customers. That means any customer that has encountered your business would like to do business with you again, because they are not just satisfied. So they get to a point where they have now become brand advocates. That means they're advocating for your brand. You understand? And in my experience, in digital media marketing and communications over the years, this is 10 years now, I've discovered that there are different forms of marketing, but the best form of marketing is actually word of mouth marketing, where someone reaches out to another person and says, oh, I've used this product, it's really nice, I think you should use it too. You understand? So that is what brand loyalty is all about, where it goes beyond you trying to advertise your product, but your customers are actually satisfied and they want their people who are close to them, their loved ones, family, friends, they want other people to also enjoy what they have enjoyed. And that comes only when the customer is actually satisfied with your product or services.
From all you said, the emphasis is on customer satisfaction.
Yes.
And how can we attain customer satisfaction? I'll start with that. What are I'm pretty sure that there are angles towards, or there are areas or ways towards attaining that. How would you advise a person who's watching and wondering how to, even attain customer satisfaction before we move on towards, the long-term effect of, building your brand and then having customers do marketing on your behalf, like you rightly stated. So how then can we, have this long stretch of customer loyalty and customer satisfaction?
Okay, so basically, first you need to know your consumers one-on-one. You need to know who they are. You understand? And that comes from research. I always have three things I put in place, and I always tell the students of my academy, I say these are the three major things you need to do if you want to know, if you want to enforce that relationship with your consumers. First is research. You need to research your consumers. You need to know them on a one-on-one basis. That is, it creates a customer persona. You know who you're talking to based on your products or services, or your service offering, whichever the case may be. You know who you're talking to directly, and also you know your target audience. You understand? You can't sell to everybody. Your product is made, or services is tailored to a particular group of people, so you should know those people and know how to reach them. You understand? And then the third thing is your strategy. What strategy do you have in place in ensuring that those customers are actually satisfied with your product or services? You need to have, I usually say strategy is like going to war. You don't just go to war without having the right arsenals. without having the right tactics, you would lose, and you would lose your life. So that is how business is actually, because there's a lot of competition in the market. You're not the only one doing whatever you're doing. You know, whatever, like they say, there's nothing new under the sun. And if you look at how saturated the market is right now, there are a lot of people offering, there are thousands and even millions of businesses around the world offering the same services. So you need to be able to have a strategy in place, know them one-on-one, and that way, because it goes beyond just selling a product or service. You need to have that emotional connection with your consumers, and that way they keep coming back because they know that you actually have them at heart, and you're out to just provide value beyond just getting the money they are paying for the service.
I like how you ascribed the whole marketplace to be like a war zone. But then I am curious, for the benefit of our viewers also, obviously, who are watching, I am wondering, how can I, for instance, you said markets are usually saturated. There is nothing new under the sun. And if I find myself in a field that is saturated, how can I, differentiate myself from my competition, so that I can properly position myself towards me attaining brand loyalty? What should I do to separate or differentiate myself from the rest?
Okay, so the first thing is to have a unique selling point. Have something that makes you stand out. You understand? Every brand, every product, every brand or company or product, should have a unique selling point. You should have something that makes you stand out. And how do you do that? So it takes a lot. There are some things we won't be able to dive into because of time, but it's just beyond, business is beyond just saying, oh, I need money, so let me just go into business. It's beyond that. It's actually, it has a lot to do with problem solving. So what problem are you solving in the market?
Value that you bring to the table.
Yes, the value you bring to the table. What problem are you solving in the market? You understand? So that is where it all stems from. So when you know what you're offering and the value of what you're offering, you're able to now communicate it to your audience, your target audience. You're able to communicate it well to your potential consumers, because they need to understand the value of that product. For example, if I have a bottle of water here and I tell you this bottle of water is selling for 1 million naira, would you buy?
Definitely not.
What if I tell you it could cure cancer?
Then would have people buy it.
Yes, so it's actually communicating the value, because if I just tell you, here's a bottle of water for 1 million naira, you won't buy.
But isn't there a thin line between, trying to market a product and straight up, telling lies about a product? Because, if someone tried to market a bottle of water to me and said it was able to cure diseases, I may buy it, but on the other hand, I would doubt, whether or not that is true. I feel like there is a thin line between marketing and lying or telling lies to customers.
Yes, so I think the thing is, I always say this, especially when it comes to the issue of clickbait. So when you tell lie today and a customer tries your product or service and they discover you told a lie to sell that product, they won't come back.
Okay.
And I think we even take it lightly in this part of the world, because I work with a lot of international brands. You will get to court if you do that in other countries. You understand? So you won't do that again. So it all stems from, like I said, the value and ensuring that what you're promising is what you actually deliver. So once you have that in place, and other people can come up to say, okay, I've used this product. I've used, for instance, the bottle I used as an example. I've actually used this product, and it works. It actually cures cancer. Then other people knows that the marketer or the business owner is not telling lies.
Okay, from all you've said, I understand or I agree completely with what you've said, especially in the area of, being truthful as much as possible. But you talked about, knowing your target audience. But I am curious, after I've known, say, the demographic of my target audience, I know that the people who would usually buy my product are of a certain age or of a certain class. How can I attend to their specific needs? Because different people have different needs and would rather, some of them will have different preferences as well. But as a brand who is on the way towards attaining brand loyalty, how can I attend to specific needs of my target audience?
Okay, so that is where knowing them, building customer personas and knowing them one-on-one, that is where it comes in, because there's this targeting, especially as digital marketers, which we do on maybe Meta or Google, where you want to target from 18 to 65. Does the age, demography, the location. Knowing your consumers is way beyond that. That is just like the first step. Because if I'm targeting, if I'm running a campaign and I'm targeting, for instance, women between the ages of 18 to 45, that's a whole lot. Within that age range, so many people have different interest preferences. So you need to know them, one-on-one. You need to make more research, and you need to know the problem your product or your service is actually solving for them. That way, you're able to tailor your marketing, and communication is important. You need to also communicate the value. That was why I used the example of the bottle of water for 1 million. If you're not able to communicate the value, you understand, your product or your service solves in the market, even if it has the potential, of doing well, it won't. But if you're able to find out who they really are, where they hang out, you understand. So if I'm, creating a customer persona right now, and I want to know, and you're the exact target audience, okay, I look at it like this. I say, okay, where does this person hang out? How does, when she's not working, what is she doing? Where does she get her news from? Is it from Trust TV? How frequent does she browse on the internet? Where is this person's, which of the social media platforms is this person more active? By the time I get all those information, I put it together, then I try to duplicate, you understand, that customer persona. I duplicate it, into thousands and millions based on my consumers. And that way I know that I'm actually relating with people who are really interested in my product. So it goes beyond just knowing their age range or demographic.
Okay, from all you said, I've gathered that, the place of research and communicating the value you bring cannot be overemphasized. But let's now talk to, I want for you to give an advice or advices in this case to people that are watching and are wondering, I am willing to cultivate that long-term relationship with my client. How can I do that? And where do I even start from? I'm trying to increase brand loyalty, which of course is the focus of today's conversation. Where do I start from? What would your advice be to these people?
Okay, first you need to focus on customer satisfaction first and foremost, beyond the profits. Yes, business is meant for profit making, but even if it gets to a point where you need to go all out to ensure that the consumer or the customer is satisfied, and you don't even get to make as much profit, I would advise that you still go ahead and do that. I've been in that situation several times, but I just want these people to be satisfied with whatever they pay for. If someone is actually paying for something, they should get more value. Make the customer feel that they're getting more value than what they're actually paying for. Because and also you need to focus on customer service, because I've had these situations where I walk into a place and the way I'm being attended to at the reception just turns me off.
I'm sure most Nigerians can relate to
exactly. So I'm like, no, I can't do business with these people. I just leave. You understand? So your focus needs to be on customer satisfaction, customer relationship, and how you communicate with them, how you welcome them. If it's a physical business, they walk into the premises, it all starts from how the security at the gate welcomes them. So you need to ensure that you work with people who understand, you know, everybody in the company or in the business need to understand the goal. That's why we draw out vision and mission statements, and everyone needs to align to that to ensure that the customers are satisfied. Let me give you an example. You know, we usually say in Nigeria that what I ordered versus what I got. So there was a time I ordered for a product, you know, on Jumia, and I did not like the product, and then I needed to get the product back to them, and I contacted them, and they said, oh, you can always return the product. Just go to your app, click on refund, and before I sent the product back to the office, they had already made the refund. And since then, I just trusted Jumia. You understand?
At this point, we're doing some advertisement.
No.
Just stick with telling your story.
Okay, so you get, so I just, that particular brand, you understand? So that is how it is with most people. They want to know that you care about them. You understand? It's beyond just the money they want to make or the money you want to make as a business owner. You actually care about, you know, your consumers, how you communicate with them. I've mentioned that how you know, respond to feedback also is very important. So you don't see feedback as your consumers maybe criticizing you, or in this part of the world we say my haters. No, they're just trying to give their honest feedback. They don't hate you. If you can actually take those feedback and work on them and try to improve, you understand, your business, and try to improve on whatever feedback you got, that way you'll be able to ensure that you actually give your customers the best, and when they are satisfied, they will definitely come back.
Indeed, well said. Segun Abdulazeez, who is a marketing consultant, he has spoken insightfully on how you can attain customers' brand loyalty, and like he said, the place of customer experience or customer service, like we call it here in Nigeria, is very important. Thank you for all the insight and all the nuggets you've given to business owners on today's edition of the program.
It's my pleasure.
And this is where we draw the curtains on today's edition. It is the final one for the week, but Business Daily will be with you again on Monday, same time. So join the conversation on social media. Let us hear your thoughts. How have you built your business towards the point that you have maintained some sort of brand loyalty with your customers? Let us hear from you. My name is Chiamaka Enendu. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.